Alright guys, let's have another look at some smaller trades which happens yesterday. It's just a small going through, not a big looking at the numbers and everything. Of course we have again the Mavs making a deal with the Wizards. The Mavs getting Daniel Gafford, Wizards Richaun Holmes and a first round pick from Mavs via Thunder 2024. I think Gafford should be a really solid fit. Like he pretty much plays the same like Derek Lively the second. I think they will continue starting Lively and just having a nice center backup with Gafford. I was always kind of hoping Capella. They would make a deal with Capella. Unfortunately, they have not. But Gafford, on the other side, I'm happy for him to be out of the Wizards organization, coming to the Mavs, where he can make a lot of good stuff happening. Together with Luka, Kyrie, pick and roll, all this stuff. So I think it gives them a nice piece into their rotation, and they definitely needed a big man backup. Kleber is not really delivering. Powell is just not really delivering. Holmes never really played a role. And yeah, so with Gafford, I think they get a solid big man. They can play him about 20-25 minutes a game. He's so athletic, he can grab you rebounds. I really like this trade for the Mavs. They have to go all in, like this first round pick. I don't think it would have made a big difference because the Thunder are like right now first seeded, so it's probably would have been a very high pick. And yeah, I just don't really see why the Mavs should not go all in. Like if you have such a talent like Luka, and then you have players like Exum and especially Kyrie. I mean, there's just no need to tank or like to go for the first round picks. They actually just use some of them. So yeah, I like this trade. The Thunder added Gordon Hayward. That was definitely a surprise. I did not see this coming. Gordon Hayward, of course, struggled with a lot of injuries, but I mean, he was a former All-Star. He's on a very big contract, and yeah, it just kind of came out of nowhere, right? And yeah, the Hornets don't really have to give up. The Thunders don't really have to give up anything. Like they give up Micic. He played some backup minutes, but not a big deal. Trey Mann, who is actually a talent, so I kind of like that. I hope he gets a lot of minutes with the Hornets, especially now with LaMelo being out. Bertans, I mean, he's a really good shooter, but that's also kind of it, right? And it's pretty much just there for the salary. And then they have 2 second round draft picks and some cash going to the Hornets. Yeah, I think what the Thunders did, I mean, they have to get rid of some players. They can't be signing all their talent like Trey Mann. He's going to be a good player, but they just can't sign him. They have so many other players to pay, and bringing in Hayward, who is on the last year of his contract. I mean, of course, he's making 30 mil this year, but next year they can negotiate a new contract. He's not going to be a starter, so just a nice, fine role player. He has a lot of experience. I think he's a very wise human being. Like, just from the interviews I've heard of him, like, he sees the big picture. I don't think he will be complaining if he doesn't start. And yeah, let's just hope he's not getting injured again, right? Because that's kind of his story since his Celtics days. He was always, everybody saw he's a great player, he's a great shooter, he's physical a little, and yeah, like I said, he was an all-star once, and let's just hope he can stay away from the injuries. Yeah, like Micic, not a big deal, man. So I like this trade from the Thunder perspective. From the Hornets, I just really like Trey Mann. I think he's the biggest guy from all of them. Then we have a small trade, again including my Detroit Pistons. Another one I just don't really get. So they got Daniel House Jr. from the Sixers, second round pick and some cash, and they actually moved to the Sixers. Not a second round pick, so it's pretty much just a pick swap. Daniel House actually has been released already, and so I think he will just go to a sign with another team, and we just get the second round pick from this year's draft. And yeah, so not a big deal. That was actually the Raptors. They were kind of busy, right, with Schroeder, and now also Porter, Lewis, and a first round pick going to the Jazz for Olynyk, like the Canadian beast, and Ochai Agbaji. And that was such a surprise. Like, Agbaji is like a second year player who is a very strong guy, very physical. He can defend really nice. The shooting is not really there, but just like from his age standpoint and the defense, I don't understand why the Jazz would get him out. You know, like Olynyk, I mean, he's not really fitting their timeline. I understand that. He's going to be great for the for the Raptors if they keep him, which I think they will. But yeah, so that first round pick might have moved the needle for them. Of course, Kyra Lewis Jr., I would finally love to see him play actually, because I still remember the days on 2K where he was actually becoming a stud. So please give him minutes. Yeah, but Agbaji, definitely a shocker. Definitely. And then we had some other trades which happened earlier this week. Again, my Pistons, another player out, Monte Morris. We get in Troy Brown Jr., Shake Milton, and a second round pick. So nothing big there, but again, just getting out the players, man. Like, I don't hate any of these players. Monte Morris is a very solid point guard, backup point guard. He's going to be good with the Timberwolves. But you know, it just didn't. This season was just a complete catastrophe from the Pistons. It didn't work out, and I think the only way to get better is to move out the players, man. Get some new players in, people who actually want to play for us. And then of course the Xavier Tillman going to the Celtics, and Lamar Stevens and 2 second round picks to the Grizzlies. I already talked about this trade. I like it from the Celtic perspective. They need a backup big man, which they got themselves in Tillman. Lamar Stevens does not hurt. Simone Fontecchio going to the Pistons. Again, just getting out the people. Knox, a second round pick, and Procida going to the Jazz. I don't even know Procida. So guys, that's it. I went through all the trades. I hope you liked it. And yeah, just if you do so, just leave me a like. I would really appreciate it. I love you guys. I wish you a very good weekend and just have a good time.